Yeah, I mean, Micah Parsons, I don't think is really an option at all.
Okay.
This is what Dallas do. They posture, they create this story. I don't think it's a thing.
Agreed.
Eventually Micah Parsons is going to sign the richest defensive contract in NFL history, and he's going to be a Dallas Cowboy, and it's going to be the latest in the Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb saga, and that's just the way Jerry Jones does contracts, for better or worse. The Trey Hendrickson one, I think, is more interesting because I think the Bengals would listen to offers. Now, I think it would take a big offer to make it happen because it makes them worse, right? Like there's almost no trade you can put on the table that makes the Bengals a better team this year. Now, future, sure, but they know they're making their chances for 2025 worse by trading this guy away. So it has to be a very bad situation and a trade offer good enough to take. But if you're Green Bay, I would absolutely be making phone calls and finding out, how close are we? How close do we think we could get to this deal that they would take? Because you put Trey Hendrickson on this Packers defense, I think it would make a massive difference. And they already have a guy like Rashawn Gary. So it's potentially a force multiplier in terms of, making his life easier and freeing him up against worse competition. And, as much as Trey Hendrickson is 30 years old and you're the long-term prospect of what he's going to be is a little bit nervy. Last year, he was phenomenal. I mean, he was all pro caliber last season. Maybe not quite in that, there's a few guys like Myles Garrett who in any given year are defensive player of the year. I don't know if Trey Hendrickson is quite in that category, but he's like one rung of the ladder down. He's a consistent force. He's added to his game. He's gotten better year on year. And he's now one of those legitimate game-changing defensive players that is not just able to get pressure, finish that pressure, but he's able to like dial up plays at the key times. And, that it seems like that's sort of it's always difficult to know if that's real, but guys like TJ Watt have been able to do that consistently. Chris Jones, a defensive tackle for the Chiefs, those guys are able to almost summon a play when they need one at will, late in the game in the fourth quarter on a third down when everything hangs in the balance. The last year or two, Trey Hendrickson seems to have added that to his game. So I think that would be a phenomenal addition to the Packers if there was any trade they could give Cincinnati to make it happen.